Hmm. Well, they reuse this building so much. They got bigger. He said we got bigger earpieces coming. Yeah, over when you put it all the way when you go up with it. Uh-huh. I can't hear you now. Mm-mm. My new ringtone. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yes, this is definitely going to be a evening of learning, and an evening of excitement, trying to get a little bit of a taste of what this new offense and defense is going to look like under this second go round with Coach Robbie Pruitt. Our, I guess you could say, our third bout with a Pruitt in general. Shout out to the Ronnie Pruitt years, but nonetheless, looking forward to today, especially Tigers coming off of a transition season. Of course, with 2 years ago, the about this time, about the spring game. Um, I guess it was spring year, almost an anniversary of the firing of Coach Andrew Thomas, and then, of course, allowing Coach Waters to take things over after that, and now the hiring of Robbie Pruitt. But yes, definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to happen this year with this Tiger team. Tiger team coming off of a rough year in that transition. Of course, lost a lot of players, lost a lot of seniors, and let's see here. Tigers were 2-8 last year. Only wins coming against Keystone Heights and the Paxson School for Advanced Studies. So only one way to go from here, and that's up.
Not dressed out tonight. Let's see, one, two, three, probably at least 20 case. Uh,
marked. There's no logos. There are no Tiger paraphernalia.
Okay. And again, Union County versus Revolt tonight here in the Jungle Case. Of course, congratulations to the 2026 graduates. They graduated last Friday night right here on this field. You can see the eye of the tiger there with 26 underneath it. So congratulations. Goes out to the baseball team, Case, the varsity baseball team of Union County. Of course, won the state championship a week or so ago. They're probably still riding pretty high. And on that win, it's been quite some time since your boy Dalton Townsend and some of his boys won a state championship. But yeah. Well, let's talk about the dramatics of that game. It you couldn't have asked for anything more dramatic than a come from behind to tie it up in the last inning and then have to go on 2 outs. Wow. I mean, what? Yeah. Who doesn't want to be a part of that? At least if you're on the winning side of that. Yes. Easy now. It's a healthy dislike, right? A, he- a healthy distaste. That's right. There you go. Yep. Mhm. That's right. Right. Absolutely. We certainly want to thank you for joining us tonight here on Union County Radio, WUCR 107.9. Both teams are still out on the field warming up, and we are supposed to kick this one off at 7 o'clock. And I heard the clock operator over two booths down say, we're starting this thing at 7, people. So she minute, and I believe her. And it's 7:01, so we're gonna get this baby on the road. So Revault is making their way over to their side of the field. I think they are. Looks like they may still be running drills as well. But there is a meeting of the minds out on the 45, 40-yard line at the moment. And while we have a chance case, let's take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Union County Radio on 107.9 LPFM.
I use one, just me. I'll make sure your shit on the second day. We use a radio for the second day.
Welcome back to Union County Radio. Charlotte Emerson alongside Case Emerson. Big Hoss in the next booth, and Aaron Dukes back in the Radio Shack pushing all the buttons. Teams have yet to really leave the field from warming up. Union County has made their way to a tunnel, and it looks as though, Case, a little bit of rain coming down. Or is that my eyes? Okay, well, there you go. Um,
There we have. So it is raining, so we're gonna have us a true spring game, and
here we are.
obviously with the deficit that we are in inches of rain this spring, and it's definitely, or I guess now getting into summer, but definitely not going to be upset about playing in the rain. We definitely need all that we can get.
Yeah, and I know I've told you this before. We've got team captains making their way to the 50-yard line for the Tigers. Number 10, number 55, 56, and number 11, if I'm not mistaken. And again, we don't have an updated roster from either team, so the struggle is going to be a little bit real. Okay, so number 8 and number 1 for Reebok gonna make their way out to midfield to the attention of the White Hat. So, Case, we were talking about baseball, but I did want to congratulate Coach Jawan James on that. That's an incredible accomplishment, not something that everybody gets to claim.
Absolutely. Point of being or beating Lafayette and getting to those getting down to Fort Myers. That Union County's only made 3 trips
Yeah,
to a
and they
state
won 2 of them.
racetrack, and have won 2. So, and I didn't realize that it was uh, such a tough road for the Union County Tiger baseball team. And of course, heard about those years of having to play those private schools and all that good stuff. So the path wasn't really a true path for a school like Union County to get down there. So that is definitely an accomplishment. And I told Aaron Dukes and the big boss. I texted him during that game. I said, we got to build us a Eric Lassiter statue somewhere because that man just is tearing it up down there in Fort Myers.
He sure was.
So just a big shout out to those guys. I know everybody is so tickled. It just looked like a whole special evening. It looks like we've got the captains out there at midfield on the 50-yard line. A lot of conversations being had with the referees. I'm sure there's, and we don't know 100%, but I imagine, I imagine that we are uh, probably not going to do special teams in this ball game. Probably not going to do special teams. Probably not going to probably see some young guys get out there, a lot of JV dudes,
Right now.
get some playing
Yeah.
time. But
But
we will definitely let you know. So you said Restream. So I assume Trojans, the Reebok Trojans are this evening. So we'll definitely not miss that. It's a spring game, folks. It's a spring game for all of us. Both out on the field, the boys wearing the jerseys and helmets, and Coach Pruitt and our on the Radio Shack. So I'm breaking that rust off just as good as I can, and I'm definitely looking forward to. Let me see here. I'm definitely looking forward to a
here come the Tigers.
talking about this upcoming schedule for this summer. Of course, everything's so fluid. You have a team cancel, and then you got to fill a spot. So it's tough to get too excited and go ahead and start looking up restaurants for those away games because everything's so fluid. Everything changes so much.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we will talk about the 10 schedule this evening. We'll talk about a little bit of stats from last year and uh, all that good stuff. But Tigers made their way onto the field and to their sidelines. Everybody hitting a little knee, saying a little prayer before this spring game. Um, Trojans also getting excited out there. Looked like an athletic group of dudes uh, representing Jacksonville here in Union County tonight. I will say though, Union County may have been 2-8 last year, but the Revolt Trojans they were 1-9 last year, coming out of Class 3A District number 3. They traveled, had lots of losses, of course. The only win coming against Westside out of Jacksonville, that was on their homecoming, so they had a festive homecoming. But most of their losses include they traveled to. Oh, we're going to actually take a quick pause and send things back to the radio station as we enjoy the national anthem and
Well,
prayer. You're listening to Union County Radio, and when we return, we'll be bringing you the spring football game
Welcome back, Union County. As the Tigers, oh no, some chippiness, Case. Chippiness already. Yeah, gonna get that 15-yarder. It's gonna be holding against the Tigers, but then it should be a unsportsmanlike conduct against Reebok. But big pickup for the Tigers, and it's gonna come back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that was where the ball was spotted. Is back at the original line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. That's right. Uh-oh. That's 21. Yeah, and he's going to have to make his way off the field since his helmet came off.
Again, the Tigers moving left to right on your radio dial. And looks like there's going to be a timeout called by Union County. While they take a break. All right, welcome back to Union County Radio. 7:36 left in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Tigers in Trojan territory, run straight up the middle, and he will be stuffed by a host and a thick host of Trojan defensive linemen. Big number 75 for Reebok. Definitely making sure the Tiger running back was down on that play. That is a big youngin' jumping on top of the dog pile. There's no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Again, Union County in Trojan territory on the Trojan 43-yard line. They are breaking the huddle. Quarterback will be under center. Tigers again showing wing T. 2 running backs in the set. Got tight end to the left. Here's the snap. number 22, and he is going to keep those legs turning. Get the first down and get brought down at the 28-yard line. Big run there by number 28, or excuse me, number 22. First down and 10 as Union County is getting closer and closer to the red zone. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter. If you're just joining us, the score here is 0-0. Tigers now break the huddle. First and 10. Quarterback will be under center. 2 running backs in the set. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a counter to the right, and number 21 will get brought down at the 25-yard line and lose his helmet in the process. He's going to throw his hat back on and take his way to the sideline. It is now 2nd down and 8. Tigers on the Ribault 25-yard line. Union County has yet to throw the ball at all so far in this spring game. It has all been wing tee this entire time. 2nd down and 8. Tigers break the huddle. There will be 2 wide receivers to the right. Quarterback will be under center. 2 running backs in the set, both of which in the 3-point stance. Here's the handoff straight up the middle to number 22, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it is now 3rd down and 8. 5:05 left in this first quarter. Tigers making some personnel changes out there. We've actually got a downed Ribault Trojan. He is on the sideline over there, stretching out his legs. I'm not real sure what's going on with him, but he is off the field, not inhibiting play whatsoever. 3rd down. Here we go, Union County. Breaks the huddle. There will be 1 wide receiver to the right there on this home side hash mark in the wing tee. Here's back to pass, throwing across the middle, and he throws it number 15. He catches it in the end zone. Touchdown, Union County. What a well drawn up play there. Little play action up the middle like they've been doing this entire, they've been actually running the ball up the middle every single time so far on this drive. But a little play action sucked everybody in. And just a nice little short pass to the end zone. That was about a 20. Oh, where were they at? The 18? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm rusty. Hello.
And it's a bad snap, but he gets it off anyway, and it is good. So that will bring the score 7-0 with 4:26 in this first quarter. I don't know if Case went through it, but we're going to play 3 10-minute quarters. And we are going to have 2 goal line stances type situations per team during the 4th quarter. So a little bit different setup, or a common setup, if you will, for the spring game. So again, Union County 7, the Ribault coming in with 0. Although Tigers, Ribault has not had the ball yet. The ball's going to now be sitting on the 25-yard line. That will bring out the Tiger defense as Ribault is in the huddle waiting to come to the line of scrimmage. So
how about a little mic check action right here?
I got it, but now there's a delay in my mic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a lot of reverb.
Trojans are moving right. We got not an offsides. I'm sorry, a false start. False start against the Trojans.
I'm not. Are you getting a clear?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I'm getting you twice.
There we go. Hey, that's not a bad thing. But there will be, I believe, a timeout called, or maybe a water break on the field. So while they take a timeout, we'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Union County Radio 107.9. Tigers up 7-0. All right, welcome back to Union County Radio. Trojans hand the ball off up the middle after that 5-yard penalty, and there will be very little gain on the play. Should be 2nd down and 13.
It's fine. We'll make it. We're gonna make it work tonight. We're on the trial and error here. Trial and error.
Absolutely.
You're about 3 seconds behind in my ear now, so that's
take 'em
better
off.
than nothing. No, it's better than nothing. So quarterback under center.
Yep, hand off to the running back, and he's going to actually change directions, trying to get outside the Tiger defense, and he does. Picks up the 1st down, gets to the 40, and he is pushed out of bounds finally around the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. Big pickup there for the 1st down for the Ribault Trojans. I didn't get a chance to do any historical dive on a time when Union County has played Ribault. But maybe Aaron Dukes, when we've got a little time here at halftime or something, can shed with us some historical knowledge on when the Trojans and the Tigers have faced off, because I know it hasn't been in my memory. 1st and 10 now, moving right to left on your radio dial are the Trojans. They are on the 44-yard line. Quarterback under center, 2 wing backs. And he's going to pitch it left to his running back, who's going to get hawked down by a Tiger linebacker. Number 50, who is that? Number 56, skipping his way.
Well, I tell
away
you what,
from the play.
This Ribault team plays with a little chip on their shoulder. If you want the truth.
Well, when you go 1-8, or excuse me, 1-9 last year, you probably ain't real happy about a whole lot. Had to ride all the way out here to the sticks, play these Union County Tigers in a little bit of a wet, hot, humid. Hand off to the running back again, trying to bounce his way out to the away sideline. Woo!
Nice.
There we go. Football is back, baby. Quarterback laying a hat on the running back there after a 2-3 yard gain.
Defense.
But yeah, baby, football is back right there.
Defense wins championships.
That's right.
All right, 3rd down and a long 6 for Ribault. Ball should be sitting somewhere around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know who number 12 is, but he's already tired of practice. He likes hitting somebody.
That's right. Tired of that red jersey.
Yeah, this is if we're gonna sit here and practice football, pull sleds in the spring, by gosh, we're gonna hit somebody come spring game. That's what I'm talking about. 3rd down and 7. Quarterback rolling left, looking downfield, throws across the middle, and he connects with his receiver at the line to gain.
Just
barely pick up those 7 yards and get the 1st down. What a catch there by the Ribault wide receiver. Running a nice drag route across the middle, and really a high thrown ball, but he had some good sticky on his gloves and came down with it, and that's going to give him a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 now, moving right to left on your radio dial. 1 minute left in the 1st quarter. Tigers are in the lead, 7-0. Quarterback will be under center, 2 receivers to his left, and he's going to hand it off to the running back up the middle, and he will be stuffed. Tackled from behind immediately by big number 55, who's feeling good. Tell you what, this ain't no going through the motions for this Tiger defense.
And I like to see that.
That's right. That's at least since my recent memory. Not to say that 2 times in
Do you realize how old
a short
you
amount
are?
of time. Yeah, I guess I'm pulling from a wide archive at this point in my old age, but Tiger defense has always been scrappy. Always been upset about something about that opponent offense trying to get yards on you. Just don't sit well with a Tiger defense normally. But nonetheless, a good run up the middle, be an 8-9 yard gain by the Trojan running back. And he'll get close to the yard to gain there, just shy of the 35-yard line. There is a timeout on the field, but we can keep it right here for just a little bit. The Ribault is in Tiger territory. They're on the Tiger 36-yard line. And as the end of the first quarter, we're going to be getting set for the second quarter here in a little bit. Again, the score: Tigers up 7-0. But let's talk about both these two teams. But definitely Union County. If you'll recall, last year opened the season with a 21-6 loss to Yulee. Actually, Ribault, on the other hand, we can look at them as well. Also played Yulee. They also traveled to Yulee. Lost 34-14. Union County. There's a lot of commonalities between these two teams. Union County and Ribault both played Baldwin. Union County lost 28-0. And Ribault lost 35-12. It's the Paxson School. Union County ended up beating Paxson 21-17, whereas Ribault lost 38-30. And I tell you that Ribault team, we need to figure out where that defensive end went. If you recall, that defensive end that had a pick six, maybe even a scoop and score, he was all over the place. Ribault's quarterback under center, gonna drop back. Finds a man at the 28-yard line on the button hook, connects, and he is going to take it all the way to the Tiger 20-yard line. And now the Trojans are in the red zone. Tiger defense got their backs to the wall for the first time today. If this was the live, true ball game, we'd be commenting on how long the Tiger offense had the football.
Absolutely.
And that was pretty much 75% of the first quarter.
It actually was.
And there's a flag on the play.
Might be
Going to stop
a game, if I'm guessing. Nope, illegal procedure. And I think we're too low and the loudspeaker's too hot around here this evening. We got some kinks to work out. That's what a spring game's for, I suppose. Have you gone through the schedule?
The new schedule, I have not gone through the new schedule. We were just reminiscing on the old schedule.
Oh, okay. Well, that means it's
time
to go to the new schedule. Let's wait till after this play. Quarterback in a shotgun formation. He gets a snap, going to hand off to his back, and he will stay up and alive in order to get just past the original line of scrimmage. So talking about the new schedule. All right, so the Tigers going to start out August the 14th versus Lafayette High. Case, that's your paycheck.
That is. Go Hornets. Red and white.
Sting 'em.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to cross-dress that night, I assume.
I will. Yeah. I absolutely will. That's going to be a tough one.
You mentioned that they hosted in their spring game Madison County. That's not much fun.
No, it was not. And we'll talk about it here in a second. 2nd down and 9. Quarterback handing off, and he's brought down in the backfield. Tackle for loss there, chalking up for number 15 in the purple and gold. Big tackle there. Going to force a 4th down situation now or maybe 3rd down. Maybe forcing a 3rd down situation. They are going to call a timeout. Timeout for Ribault. When they get done with their timeout, reassess the situation. It will be 3rd down and 12. So, yes, Lafayette's spring game was this past Tuesday night. They decided that they wanted to host the Madison County Cowboys. Did not go too hot for the Hornets, although senior or rising senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman Jack Pearson, offspring of famed Lafayette coach and ball player Joey Pearson.
There you go.
He was pretty tickled with the way the boys played.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were outgunned physically.
He's back coaching again?
No. Jack's the
so Joey's not coaching.
Right.
Okay.
Of former coaching prowess. But no, they were pretty tickled with the way the boys played. I mean, it was 24-0 in the first quarter. They were a little optimistic that Madison had lost 24 seniors. Not that everybody knows that doesn't matter.
They just reload.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to them. But no, they were pretty tickled. I am bullish on the Lafayette High School Hornets this year.
Okay.
Or this upcoming year. I think they don't have too bad of a deal. That's right. But here it is now, 3rd down and 12. Quarterback looking left. He's under pressure. He
Oh,
might get
come
sacked.
on.
No, he does get a ball off, and it is tipped out of the hands of the wide receiver coming back to help him. It looked like it jammed his finger because he's taking his gloves off. Something don't feel good for that wide receiver. But nonetheless, the ball fell incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 11 on the Tiger 21-yard line. Reebok going to probably go for it. I don't know if they got a kicker. We're going to find out. I didn't see a kicker warming up. So they more than likely just going to go for it here in this spring game. 7:46 remaining in this first half of play. Union County does lead 7-0. Quarterback's going to be in the shotgun. 1 receiver to his right. Nope, now 2 receivers to his right and 2 to his left. And the Union County Tigers are going to take a timeout. They did not like how their boys were lined up to face that sort of spread offense. And they're going to reevaluate.
So the Tigers do have August 14th, Lafayette High School. That'll be here in Union County. And then the next week, August 21st, they will travel to Rutherford High School. And I'm not absolutely sure where Rutherford High School is, but I do know that it's in the Central Time Zone. So wherever it is, that means we're at least going to Apalachicola or further.
No doubt.
Then the Tigers will be back at home for senior night on August the 28th and play Palatka High School. September 4th, the Tigers will travel to Trenton, and that should be a lot of fun after all the baseball shenanigans. September 11th, Fort White Middle School, and that will be here at home. That will be youth and Murray Ford night. September 18th at First Coast Christian. September 25th, Terry Parker High School, and that will be homecoming. October the 9th, Fernandina Beach. And we'll finish that out after this play.
4th down, quarterback's in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, 1 running back in the set. Here's the snap. Dropping back to pass, throws to the middle. Oh, and he connects with his receiver. He gets hit as he catches it, but he holds on to it. And it's going to be
on the 1 yard line.
On the 1 yard line. I was like, they don't have lines painted here for the spring game, but he is down at the 1 yard line. What a catch. By the receiver, just footsteps all around him, and he took a blow to the gut. And he was still able to hold on to that ball. I thought surely he would drop that, but yeah, just jumped up there and got it. The quarterback can throw the ball now here with the Trojans, but here we go. New set of downs, 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. Trojans quarterback will be under center, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. We'll see if he broke the plane. They're signaling. Second down. Okay, I couldn't tell. Nobody was making a decision, so I guess he was down on the 1. I guess you got to practice the quarterback sneaker, but it's a spring game, just a little razzle dazzle. Oh, the ball is on the ground. No, Tigers got it. Tigers got the ball. Bad snap. Tiger defense with their backs to the wall in this spring game. Come up with it.
Look at you go. You've in rare form tonight, brother. Hey,
I ain't.
We hadn't even talked about it, but you got married since last season.
That's true. That's true. Big shout out to my wife.
That's
who is listening.
That's so funny.
She is on a. Well, I can't really. I hope her business competition isn't listening, but she is actually on a business trip out to Louisiana.
Nice.
So she is listening all the way.
I hope she stopped at a Buc-ee's.
She did see a Buc-ee's. I don't think she stopped. She said she talked about it, but she did not stop. It's too much, too many people. But she is on a business trip, and she is listening tonight, giving us some feedback. And Union County, juking and jiving. We're going to have a loose running back making his way down the field to the 20, the 25, the 30, brought down from behind. However, there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding against the Tigers. And that's going to negate all that good success. That's the second double-digit yard run that Tigers have had brought back due to holding. First play of the game was a great run, and then following it up again. Oh, we do have a downed Union County player. I hope it's something simple. But he is on the ground. Took his helmet off in the end zone on the back side of the end zone. So I don't know what and where he got hurt. I was too busy looking at the ball. But while they assess his injuries, I think. Oh no, they're gonna bring him back up. He's good. He's all good. Probably gonna see some injuries in a spring game. And we actually do have some.
Just got it.
Yep, just got a hold to a roster. So a lot of names that I don't really recognize. Of course, had lots of guys graduate. Oh yeah. We'll have to bring you some of those as the night progresses. 6 minutes left in this second quarter. I think it is.
Look at that.
Bo Dukes has returned. He was on the Williston staff, of course, with Coach Robbie Pruitt at Williston, and do Phil, we're definitely a little. I apologize for being underprepared, statistic-wise and analysis-wise, but definitely come catch us for this for the Lafayette High School football game on 8/14. Mark your calendars.
We'll be on point for that.
Oh yeah, we'll flag on the play. Plays blown dead. No, we'll discuss all kinds of things.
Let's go through this coaching staff because I see a lot of Coach Pruitt's former players on here, and some he's taking it way back on some of these. So of course, head coach Robbie Pruitt. We got Carter Benton, Lanier Clyett. That's a pull from the 90s. Lee Dorsett, Caleb Dukes, Buddy Edwards, Ed Johnson, Antonio Jonas. That's a throwback. Lewis Mabry, that's a throwback. Maurice Strong and Lamar Waters, that's even more of a throwback. So all-star coaching staff there for the Tigers. Athletic director, Coach Lamar Waters. Principal, Julie Denson. Assistant principal, Stephanie Sellers. Superintendent Mike Ripplinger, managers Phoenix Norman and Joshawn DeBose.
No doubt. So Union County doing some personnel swapping, look like some smaller dudes coming in, some big boys coming out. It is 2nd down and 11 as the Tigers are on their own 1-yard line again. Remember, they're in this situation because of an excellent defensive stand and a pickup of the heads-up play by the D lineman being on top of that bad snap to the quarterback. But here we are, 2nd and 1, moving right to left on your radio dial. It will be a handoff up the middle, and he'll get tackled probably behind the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, 2nd and 11. He will get tackled behind the goal line, and that will be a safety. So good defensive stand turns into perils for the Union County offense. Couldn't quite get off of the goal line and got caught slipping behind the goal line. And that's going to be a good 2 points there for the Ribault Trojans. So who said spring games weren't exciting? Already got a safety on the board.
Which that means that Ribault should get the ball back. I'm not really sure where they're going.
Yeah, there are no kickoffs.
I guess they're going to flip the sides. Yes, so they're going to put the ball on the 25 on the south end of the. On the south end of the
field.
It's
a spring game for the.
Your score here 7-2 with 4:06 left here in this second quarter of play. Thank you again for joining us here on Union County Radio. Go ahead.
It's a spring game for the referees too. They were lined up over here on the 25, on the north 25, and the Ribault players were heading to the south 25 or 30-yard line, and the white hat was like, "Where y'all going?" And then all the players turned around looking at their coaches like, "We gotta go that way." And then the white hat's like, "Yeah, you're right. We do have to go that way." So we all getting it all ironed out here. 1st and 10 now, moving left to right on your radio dial is the Ribault Trojans. The running back will get tripped up in the backfield. Hot pursuit from lots of Tigers. A lot of Tigers tried to get their hands on him, and nobody giving up on the play. Loss of a yard or two there on that run for the Trojans. Hey, my voice, you thought I hadn't talked in a while, which I guess I hadn't. This is the last week of school for most folks. Tomorrow's my last day.
Is tomorrow Union County's last day?
I would imagine. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I guess I ain't done a whole lot of teaching because my voice is already going. I don't know if Rip's out here listening tonight, but over at Lafayette High School, we done passed all them exams and made all them fives, and it's all easy street after that. 3:13 left in this first half. There is, I think that's a delay of game against the Trojans, and that will back them up 5 yards. So it should now be 2nd down and 16. 2nd down and 16 again. Tigers defending the north end zone. Trojan quarterback's in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, 1 running back in the set. And it's going to be a screen pass to the right, and he will get tackled pretty quick by Tiger secondary. Number 18 was the receiver on the play. Pick up of 3 yards.
18 cases. Jamaru Agnew.
Wasn't there a vice president with the last name Agnew?
Maybe. I'm not the historian in this.
We'll have to think about it. 3rd down and 12. 2:24 left in this first half. Trojans come to the line with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 running back in the set. They're on this home side hash mark. Calling out some blitzes, and be a timeout called by Union County.
While they take a timeout, we're going to do the same. The score here, 7-2 with 2:09 left here in this second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment on Union County Radio. Union County Radio, Charlotte Emerson, Case Emerson here at Shad Bryant Stadium. Marvin H. Pritchett Field, 3rd down and 12 for Reebok.
Looks like a hold to me. But, dang.
And he completes
Quarterback rolled out to the left, and he is going to connect with a receiver coming back to him on that away sideline. He does catch the ball around the 38, and he's pushed out around the 40 or 42. Oh, and we do have a downed Union County player. We got a downed Trojan player. We got lots of guys on that long, drawn-out, stretched-out play. They all are hurting. They are all hurting. Going to be lots of injuries here. Lots of, you going full throttle, liable to run into some issues.
I do understand that there are a couple of Union County football royalty in the building.
Oh.
Yeah. One CJ Spiller, and I believe Zhao is here as well.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All showing support for the ball coach. Speaking of Coach Waters last season, Lamar Waters was the head coach. He is on the sideline today assisting with his coaching staff. He's got a headset. No doubt a man that contributed a lot of success to Coach Robbie Pruitt's tenure at Williston.
Well, and props to him for sticking it out. Last year was not easy. There's that Union County defense, pass out in the flat by Reebok, able to pick up about 4 yards on the play before the Tiger defense just swarmed to him. 1:42 on the clock, 7-2 the score. And if you're wondering how that 2 points came about, the Reebok ended up getting a safety after the Tigers recovered a fumble by the quarterback. and got a couple of penalties, so they were kind of backed into the end zone anyway.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, 2nd down and 6 for Revolt, moving left to right on your radio dial. Ball sitting on the 46-yard line.
Yep, quarterback will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to juke and jive. There is some holding on the play as the quarterback's pushed out of bounds around the 40. Definitely wide receiver had the jersey of the cornerback. I mean, that was pretty number 2 acting like he didn't do nothing, but that was definitely.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Here's your holding call.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a hold. I mean, that was a hold for sure, and that'll back them up. That would have been a good gain there, but I mean, the game probably wouldn't have been there if it weren't for the holding. But so that will back the Trojans up. They are on their own 40-yard line, and we've got 1 minute. 1 minute remaining in this first half of play. Clock is ticking, so Rebolt's going to have to do something on offense right here if they want to put some points on the board and possibly go in the lead. Score is 7-2. Tigers up at the moment. 2nd down and 11 on their own 40. Quarterback's in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He's dropping back to pass. He's under a little pressure. A little shimmy. Rolling out to the left, looking downfield, not seeing anybody. He's got some blockers, and he picks up the first down easily. Wide receivers turned into blockers. All the routes were so deep that there were no defenders anywhere between the first down marker and the line of scrimmage, and Trojans were able to put some points, or not points, excuse me, get a fresh set of downs, got out of bounds, and stopped the clock with 25 seconds remaining in this half. Now the Trojans are in Tiger territory on the Union County 44-yard line. Revolt breaks the huddle now. Again, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback will be in the shotgun with 1 running back standing alongside him. Here's the snap. He's looking right and throws immediately to the flat in this wide receiver, and he's going to shake 2 tacklers, but finally be brought down with minimal yards after the catch. He will be close to a first down, and I think they got it. So no, wait a minute. Yeah, they do. Okay, he's bringing them on. 10-yard pickup there by Revolt. 17 seconds, and they do call a timeout to stop the clock. So with 17 seconds left, we're seeing a little bit of a hurry, somewhat of a hurry-up offense from Revolt, or maybe just good clock management. No, I wouldn't call this hurry-up. Thank goodness it's not hurry up. I don't know if I could keep up in my current
your current state.
Yeah. Thank goodness for that timeout. 17 seconds left in this half. Spring football 2026. Union County does lead 7-2 against this rare opponent, the Revolt Trojans out of Jacksonville, Florida. Speaking of Jacksonville, just discovered a deep Leonard Skinner cut called the Jacksonville Kid. More on that later. 1st and 10. We'll have to discuss it. All right, they're on the 31-yard line of the Tigers, trying to score here with 17 seconds. Quarterback going to throw over the head of his receiver, fall incomplete. He was well behind his receiver. I don't know if it was a bad throw or a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback on where he was supposed to do his little button hook over there on that away sideline. But 12 seconds left. Second down, quarterback heaving one to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. I don't know. I'm surprised there was no penalty against the Tiger defender for pass interference. Um, it seemed very much so like the defenders over here on this deep home sideline were just absolutely not letting him run his route at all. There we go. It's yeah. The additional parking
Yeah,
is
that's
definitely key.
that's a
If you're
win.
hosting if you're hosting anybody, want to get them a parking spot for the ball games, a guaranteed parking spot with a short walk. That's definitely that's where you're going to get people to pull.
Do it.
I actually had the opportunity when Lafayette went over to Williston. I had a Williston quarterback club parking
How'd
spot.
you get that?
Uh, the Levy Insurance Group, Robbie
Oh,
Sistrunk,
okay.
hooked me up,
Nice.
and I was able to slide over there and park there. And I tell you that's the first time I've really done any kind of quarterback club parking, and it was very much worth it, especially on those big games whenever you know everybody is going to be at. But quarterback is scrambling, and he will get brought down. Oh, ball is loose,
Uh-oh.
but a good hit was laid on the quarterback, and
He should be
he'll
back at
be
the
shy
line of
of the first down
scrimmage.
marker.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you got to the parking alone, and also knowing where you're going to have a good meal too.
That's fair.
But the parking alone is worth. I mean, $50 for an entire season. I go to the University of Florida football
Pay
ball
that
game,
one game.
and you're gonna pay that. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it might not even get you. That might not even get you a good parking spot for one game.
That's fair.
But nonetheless, that was the end of the first half. That little scramble out of bounds that ate up the clock, and the score here in the first half of play: Union County 7, Ribault 2. And we're going to take a quick break for the Roberts Insurance halftime report.
We don't have any stats. I should go ahead and prep people up for that.
Yes.
We'll just chat about some stuff and things.
Oh, we got things to talk about.
We'll be back in just a moment here on Union County Radio. I'm gonna beat his tail. Oops.
All right, good evening and welcome back to WUCR 107.9 LPFM. Casey Emerson alongside Charlotte Emerson. Big Hoss running the control panel up here in the press box with us. Aaron Dukes pushing some buttons back at the Radio Shack as well. He's now here, present, live, and in person. But we are about to get ready to begin this third quarter of the 2026 spring football game. Your Union County Tigers facing off with the Reebok Trojans out of Jacksonville, and have yet to. We'll have to get Aaron now that he's present, get him to shed some light on the historical records on how many times Union County has played Reebok in the past. Always heard of Reebok. It's not like a school that nobody's ever heard of. At least if you are familiar with Union County football and North Florida Jacksonville football, but so it's not obscure in the least bit. I think Reebok might claim to have a rivalry with somebody, and it's the oldest rivalry in Jacksonville football history. But we'll get in on all that later. But nonetheless, it is first down and 10. Quarterback going to drop back to pass, throw one out of bounds over the heads of his coaches on the away sideline. And it'll bring up second down. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a spring football game, so there are no special teams or anything of that nature. It's strictly they're going to put the ball down just like it's backyard football. You're going to start from the 25-yard line, and that's where you're going to go. But 9:29 left in the third quarter. Union County does lead 7-2. And the Reebok Trojans are moving right to left on your radio dial. Tigers defending the south end zone. Here's a snap, handoff up the middle. Speedster running back, going to kick it out to his away sideline, pick up the first down, and get tripped up out of bounds about that should be the 36-yard line or so, somewhere in there. Started off as a run up the middle, but he quickly got outside of the defense. And it was off to the races there. Big first down pickup there by the Trojans running back. It is now 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line. Quarterback will be in the shotgun. He's got two receivers to his left, two to his right. They are on the away side hash mark. Here's the snap. Handoff again, straight up the middle of the running back. He's got a huge hole, untouched, gets into the secondary, and is finally brought down at midfield around the Tiger 46-yard line. Big pickup there by, again, the running back. They're spreading out this Tiger defense and just dashing them up the middle with speed. And let me tell you, this offensive line of the Trojans has to weigh more than any offensive line the Tigers will probably face this entire season. I'm telling you, the tackles are some big youngins. 1st and 10 now as Reebok is in Tiger territory. Two receivers left, two to the right, handoff to the running back. He's going to bounce it out to the outside, get to the right of the defensive lineman, get across the 40, the 35, the 30. He's going to get finally ran out of bounds around the 25-yard line. They are just going to let the speed of their running backs take control of the offense. Not too much, not much need to pass whenever you've got not really much need for plays really either when you've got that kind of athleticism. So again, spreading out this Tiger defense. Two receivers left, two to the right. Quarterback's in the shotgun. They're on the Tiger 25-yard line. Here's the snap. Again, handoff to the running back, running to the left, spin move. He's tackled at the 15-yard line. Another 10-yard pickup. Big chunk plays by the Reebok run game here so far tonight. 7:36 left in the third quarter. Union County again still holding on to the lead, 7-2. Reebok making their way they are in the red zone for the second time this evening. Their first trip to the red zone in the second quarter ended in a fumble on the 1-yard line, turnover. But here we are again. They are on the Tiger 11-yard line. Two receivers left, two to the right on the home side hash mark. Handed it off to the running back. Trying to bounce it out the outside. The cornerback misses his tackle, but he does have some support. And the smallest gain so far on this drive was about a 5-yard gain. Still too many yards here whenever there's only 6 more yards to the end zone. Tigers looking a little winded here on this drive. 2nd down and 6. I think they're on about the 7-yard line. Quarterback has 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. They're on the away side hash mark. Tigers got their backs to the south end zone. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Dropping back to pass. Throws a bullet to the left side flat. Or his receiver, I guess, was far outside. Receiver was running a slant to the inside. Moving left to right for the quarterback, and he just threw it a little high, and the wide receiver, I said running back, the wide receiver was unable to come down with it. Incomplete pass that will stop the clock at 6 minutes and 17 seconds. It is now 3rd down and 6 on about the Tigers' 7-yard line. So again, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Quarterback's in the shotgun, running back adjacent. Tried for the hard count, and I think they're going to get the Tigers on an offsides or an encroachment. That was a pretty weak. He barely even made a move. He more flinched than he did jump. And they are going to throw the flag, and they're going to move him 5 yards closer, and it'll now be 3rd. What did they decline it? I don't know what they did. The down marker hasn't moved. There we go. They're going to assess the 5-yard penalty. And it is now about 3rd and 2. And they're on the Tiger 3-yard line. Well, maybe 4-yard line. Hard to tell. There's no fresh lines painted out here on the football field since the end of last season. So kind of guessing a little bit. But here we go. 3rd down and short. Quarterback, shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap, dropping back to pass. He is going to roll left. He's probably going to want to tuck it himself, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Reebok. Yeah, if you run the right routes, you're not going to have many defenders there left to get to the quarterback. I'm sure somebody with more football knowledge could figure out how to defend that, and I'm sure that's going to be good. It's going to be good tape for the Tiger defensive coordinator for sure, as they progress into summer conditioning and then workouts. But nonetheless, Reebok now takes the lead, and I'm assuming they're going to go for 2 here. They might attempt to kick a field or kick an extra point. I don't think they are. I think they are going to go for 2. Delay a game against the Trojans. They've just taken too long. They haven't. That is their first trip to the end zone, and they are, not real sure on what they need to do to get situated. And just not real sure what they need to do to get situated. And they might get another delay a game if they keep on. They're taking their sweet time to get situated again. They are hurrying to the line now. Quarterback will be under center, 1 running back, and the play will be blown dead. And I think it's going to be a 2nd delay a game. Yep, another delay a game. Surely this time they'll get things figured out. It's a spring game. Coaches since last season. Or it's been quite a long time since I'm sure they last played. Oh, let's see here. Reebok's last game was played on October 30th. So, it's been a few months since the coaching staff and players have been in game time situations. So they're trying to get things ironed out over there. Get some good notes before they take their take some work. Take some work over the summer, but going for 2 on the 12-yard line. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass, and he's got a receiver diving in the end zone, and he is going to connect with his receiver in the back right corner of the end zone. What a 2-point conversion there from Reebok. They did it the hard way. That was kind of like still getting a par when you miss the green on a par 3, right? You did it the hard way. But There you go. 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter. And Rebound takes the lead now, 10 to the Tigers 7. So be interested to see what the Tiger offense does here. I believe the last time the Tigers had the ball was the beginning of the first half, or excuse me, the end of the second half. They did get that fumble back earlier on that great defensive stand on the 1 yard line, and that of course ended in a safety. So it is now 1st and 10. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a spring football game, so no special teams. The Tigers are going to start their drive at their own 25-yard line. They'll be moving left to right on your radio dial. 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Tigers trail 3 points. Handoff quarterback. Be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be I believe, no gain on the play. Yeah, I guess that was a direct snap, according to the PA announcer. Maybe a gain of a yard of play, maybe a half a yard. Basically, though, still 2nd down and 10. Tigers are favoring the home side hash mark, showing wing T. And they're going to run the ball between the right tackle and right guard and pick up 2 yards on the play. Just going to grind it out. I'll tell you, the Tiger offensive line, from what it looks like, is a pretty. I mean, they're not big boys, but they are stout and athletic looking, which is definitely what you've got to have in a wing T offense with so much movement. Requires a lot of quickness. And then at some points, you run those sweeps. I mean, you got to have guards with speed, but it is now 3rd down and 6, and it will be a counter, and the Trojans were all over it, poorly blocked by the Tigers, and there'll be a loss of 2 yards on the play. About a 4th down and 7 situation or so. There is an injured, I think an injured Tiger on the play. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in this third quarter. Again, the score 10-7. Freeball in the lead. I can go back over this again. You know, you got to take these schedules with a grain of salt, but we can assume most of these are all going to stay the same. Varsity schedule for next year. Going to open the season with the Lafayette High School Hornets. They do host the Hornets, which is good. That's a solid, every bit of an hour 15 drive to Mayo. So good to only have to host the Hornets. Then travel to Rutherford High School out in the Central Time Zone. They're going to be taking it all the way to Panama City, play the Rams. 8:28. Going to host Palatka High School, the Panthers. Old 9-4, Tigers will travel to Trenton. Followed up with hosting Fort White on 9-11. 9:18 will travel back, I think, First Coast Christian. That's either Jacksonville or St. Augustine, one of those two, somewhere in that area. Terry Parker will be coming to the Jungle for the homecoming game. And then Tigers will travel back to the coast for Fernandina Beach before hosting Father Lopez. And then finally traveling to Paxson to round out the season with an away game with one of the Tigers' 2 wins this previous season. I'll try and go put it to Paxson one more time. But here we go. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter after the assessed injury. High snap there to the Trojan quarterback, and moving right to left will be the running back who gets hit but stays on his feet. He got hit, but he was not wrapped up, and that's a lesson in finishing the tackle and not be worried too much about hitting somebody and not worried about making a good tackle along with it. So Again, more good film fodder for the coaches in this offseason. 1st and 10 now. Trojans break their huddle. They are in Tiger territory on the Tiger 40-yard line. Be moving right to left on your radio dial. 2 receivers to the quarterback's left, 2 to the right. He's in the shotgun. It will be another handoff to the running back, and he is going to zip his way to the away sideline and be stopped just shy of the first down marker. 9-yard pickup there as he gets all the way to the Tiger 31-yard line. Union County not having much of an answer for the speed of Ribault's running backs. Lots of hands on hips with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this third quarter. 2nd down and 1 yard to go. Quarterback will be, there's going to be a timeout called. Timeout called by Union County's defense. While they take a timeout, we'll take another quick timeout ourselves. 2:59 left in this third quarter. Tigers trail the Trojans 7-10. We'll be back in a moment. All right, welcome back to WCR 107.9 LPFM. I'm live in the box here with the Big Hoss. Big Hoss, won't you? Well, hang on 1 second. I'll call this one right here. 2:59 left in this third quarter. 2nd down and short as the Trojans are on the Tiger 31-yard line. Quarterback's got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, 1 running back in the set. Quarterback's calling out some blitzes. Here's the snap. It'll be a screen pass to the left, and he's going to make one move, make a Tiger miss, get to the 25-yard line, be brought down around the 24. Big Hoss. I listened to the state championship baseball radio broadcast. Tell me about it. I mean, it sounded electric. I mean, how was it down there? There we go. Handoff up the middle to the running back. Tiger D-line stuffs him right there at the line of scrimmage. So finally the D-line showing a little bit of life. Oh yeah, looking forward to some practice time and seeing those fruits of that labor. 2nd down and 11. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Quarterback in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He is dropping back to pass, looking downfield. He's under pressure, rolling right, and he is going to throw to a receiver, but he leads him just a little too much on the run. Incomplete pass. Oh yeah, I look forward to the offense, and I know the wing tee is what's being implemented, and a lot of guys are having to relearn the wing tee. They did a little bit in the Trenton Klein era, but that was a long time ago, and a lot of these guys have probably don't remember. Yes, and probably didn't get to play too terribly much, but I'm looking forward to a Robbie Pruitt crisp wing tee, and which I mean, it's a spring game. You can't. I tell you what, this Reball quarterback, and I don't know if it's the same quarterback that was here. They had a freshman actually, I think, lead the team last year. Um, no, actually, that was 3 games played. They had a sophomore, number 16. What number is this quarterback? Okay, well, I don't know. They had he's thrown some good passes. Of course, had that 2-point conversion back here, and then yeah, he's not bad. But here we go on fourth down. The Trojans now break the huddle. It's 4th and 6. They're on the Tiger. Let's see here, 21-yard line. Quarterback's in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Familiar scene so far tonight. Here's the snap. He is going to drop back to pass. He's looking. Pressure's coming, and he is going to throw to the sideline, and it is intercepted by the Tigers and advanced all the way back to the 25-yard line. There is a flag on the play, but errant, and I was just talking good about the quarterback, but definitely threw it over his receiver there. I don't know who he was throwing it to. We do have a down Tiger on the field. That's right. That's right. They are. They are indeed my Lafayette Hornets. They going to be interesting there. We do have down Tiger, so we'll chit chat while they assess his injuries. But the Hornets they lost their star quarterback Tywan Williamson. He's a senior. He's dual threat quarterback. He'd be really good, and then sometimes he'd throw 3 interceptions in a game. Yes, he played baseball. Absolutely. Yep. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep, he is. He is the quarter or was the quarterback. Just graduated. Shout out to him. Of course, he had a great tenure as quarterback for the Hornets. But they also lost some wide receivers. But really, I mean, at running back, they've got a couple guys. Trevor Bird, who also played baseball. Trevor Bird played baseball. He's just an athlete all the way around. He could probably play quarterback if they let him, but he's going to be running back. And then they've got also Alex Garcia Townsend, who's like a classic, stocky fullback. I mean, just yes. The running backs for the Hornets and who the Tigers are going to have to face week 1 are definitely going to be the running backs that they'd rather. I mean, they seek contact, kind of like what was the New York Giants, the CTE Bros, Scatterboo, yes, Cam Scatterboo and Jackson Dart kind of action, but nonetheless, no, and the Hornets have probably got the heaviest offensive line that they've had in a while. I don't know how tough they are, but they are a heavy offensive line. So, I'm having seen a little bit of what they're working with, I would say that the Tigers are not going to be able to look past the Hornets in week 1, that's for sure. And I've been right here and called was it 2022 with AJ Cortez and Marcus Strong and Bubba. It sure was. I was here for that one, and that was a beatdown. But here we go, Tigers getting ready to heave one deep on offense. Oh, and it is. Yep, too much air on that one, but a pretty ball though all the way together. I think that's the first pass we've. Is that the first pass we've attempted tonight, or the second? Oh man, I let him air it out. I like the ball. I think he throws it good. I think he is. What is he? A sophomore? Oh man, yeah. Just let him get the reps. Well, I mean, I'm not. I think he's athletic, and I think he's just from what I've seen of him, I think with some good coaching, and obviously this is a wing T offense, so definitely going to cater to the run. But if there's somebody on this staff that's a quarterback whisperer, I think if they can get in his ear, I think he can be something special. Oh, I did. They're trading interceptions here for the spring game. I tell you what, and somebody said spring games are boring. We're going to show them tapes of this game. Yeah. No. And if anybody's joining us on the live stream, you can see. I mean, we got a lot of guys don't have pads on, but I mean, there's bodies there that that will be available at some point. But I read the interview with Mike Rideout and Coach Pruitt, and he made the statement. It's going to be a 2-year process to get the Tigers to where he wants them. Right. Yeah, and I'm interested to see kind of how this Sunshine State thing like actually fleshes out with the new teams that are in it, and I'm not entirely trying to get a grip on who has moved from FHSAA to the Sunshine State, and definitely what it's going to look like in the postseason. Will be interesting. But here we go, Union County now. Why are they facing? Why are they facing that way? Shouldn't they be? Yeah, shouldn't. Why are the Tigers only 20 yards? Did we miss something? What? Oh, is that? Did I miss that in the rules? Okay, okay. Yes, yes. I will say this is probably my first spring game of all the years that. Yeah, so I didn't realize that we were going to be doing 2 goal line stands for the fourth quarter, but that's fun. And if you got a couple teams that don't really get in that situation, you've got that guaranteed in the fourth quarter for the 2 teams to practice. It's all about probably putting together good film to figure out what you can work on this summer. So, no man, but talking about this kid right here wearing the number 10 jersey, I like his arm, especially being a true sophomore. Well, the kid's still a freshman. I mean, yeah. I mean, until tomorrow, I guess the juniors just had their rite of passage, right? So the juniors are now officially seniors. I don't know if we can speak for the rest of them. That young man's still a freshman. He's still a freshman. So looking forward to definitely seeing him develop for sure. But he will be under center here, second and goal. Here's the snap. Be a handoff up the middle and playing a little pinball machine in the middle of the field, and he will pick up, I think, 5 or 6 yards on the run. I'll tell you, just observations. The offensive line looks pretty athletic. I don't know how much age and experience is on it, but they look like they look very serviceable. The defense looks athletic. Yeah, so I mean, I think it'll be I think with some good coaching over the summer and some good discipline, as compared to last year, of course, I think it'll be an entertaining season, especially looking at the schedule and the postseason situation with the Sunshine State Athletic Conference. That's right. And we talked about that in the beginning of the game. But here we go, rolling out to the right is Merrick's, and he has. Oh, it is tipped. Did he catch it? He caught it off the tip. There we go. I like him. I like him a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh man. Well, I mean, number one, you're a freshman in a transition coaching staff. You who didn't start until after spring. Let me. I can pull up his. Yeah, and I know these stats aren't complete. I think we're missing maybe one or two games from last season, but for the 5 games that I do have of Caden Merrick's here, uh, 11 completions on 27 attempts, 171 yards. He had a 40. That was a 40% completion rate, an average of 15 and a half yards per completion, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, we're missing a little bit there, but I mean that's a good taste of what went down in a rough situation, and definitely not playing slouches neither. I mean, that Yulee team was better than it was in previous years. The Baldwin team was a lot better than they were the previous year. Yeah, they were pretty poor too. I went to that ball game. They were that Trinity Catholic. That was a tough drive. That yeah, they were not, but they were real hospitable though. They were they yes, they took care of us, but that was a rough game for both teams. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was an uglier game, and I was pretty excited to go to Trinity Catholic. Uh, yeah. Yes, bring them to me. Oh, almost stopped. I almost there was rumors, of course you get in the rumor mill. A lot of our being an ag teacher, you're pretty close with the other ag teachers from other schools, and you get to hear a lot of the scuttlebutt, and the through those channels. I heard Bo Dukes was going to stay at Williston, but I'm glad to see him here in Union County at his alma mater. Oh, he tried to throw it. That's dangerous stuff. Crescent City. All right. West Nassau. You know, that's strictly North region. That's exciting. Okay, that's there's some pretty interesting. That's gonna make for an interesting playoff. I mean, you think about teams like Clewiston. I mean, that's a pretty good sized school. Not hasn't been successful here recently, but that's still a pretty big school. I mean, they've had a storied past, and yeah, frost proof as well. I think didn't Union County play frost proof in that? That's right. So here we go. Third down. Quarterback going to throw the ball into the ground. I think he was moving forward on that. Incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down for. That's going to bring up fourth down for the Trojans. I I kind of is this their second goal line stand? So this is only the second that we're second. Okay, yes. No. Surely they would let them get two, right? Well, I don't know. It's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. They might just call it a day. You go ahead with it. Oh, receiver jumped about a good 1 second too early. Poor fella. He was there. He jumped a lot too early, and he was going down, and the ball was going by. Whew. Well, run defense. Give it a good C. Because there was I saw there were some good stops. I mean, guys were there. It was only, of course, when they spread the defense out, they just were running. Give it to the fast kid and turn him loose. Um, I would say probably yeah, if you looked at the stats, you'd have to give them a C. Um, at the offense, also probably going to be a C. They had the one sustained drive to start the game off, and then that was pretty much it as far as offensive success. Maybe a C minus. Uh, that'd be my combination there on that. Yeah, I'm feeling a good C. You know, wait, a lot of kids are happy with C. that's right. That's, that's right. That's right. That's passing. You can still play football with a C. So here we go with the wing tee again. A good couple blocks, but the hole filled up after a 3 or 4 yard gain there. And the Tigers are going to be second down and goal from about the 3 or so. It's been a while since we've really, truly leaned into the wing tee. So you're calling those the Andrew Thomas offenses. You had a lot of different things going on to talk about. For the wing tee, you got to pay attention to the details to try and explain what's going on because it's so fast and immediate, and you really don't know who has the ball. That's the beauty of the wing tee. The ball can go to anybody, but here we go again, second down, and it will be a handout to the left, and he's going to jump inside, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers as the clock hits 0. Really? I Yes. That was nice. That was real nice. Are they going to do another? Yeah. Oh, I was 15. Yeah, that's right. I was, yeah. I don't think we had many freshmen on that varsity squad except for, and I hate to say it and forget somebody, but I know without a doubt Caleb Cox, 2015 former quarterback for the football team, but he was a freshman on that baseball team that won in 2012, and he sure did. Yeah, that's right. Should be probably offsides against the Tigers. I don't think that was a false start. Yeah, and I mentioned that earlier whenever we started this game to see guys like, you're looking at this roster sheet from last year, a guy like Jeffrey Brew, who ain't never been on a football field in his life, get out here and struggle in a transition year and absolutely, get just get beat a lot all year, and then to finally come in and get to be a part of a successful team in that baseball team that just warms your heart. D line swarming. Absolutely. No, looking forward to it. And these guys, you can tell they've been worked with uh, very intentionally, and they've definitely already have impressed me compared to just a few months ago. But here's the snap. Quarterback throwing a screen pass is at his knees, incomplete as it was forward a little bit, about 2 yards forward from where the quarterback was. So incomplete. Third down. Since I talked about it, since I was Yeah, where are you at on? Well, here's the drop back pass from the quarterback. He's going to roll right as he's under pressure, looking downfield, still trying to find somebody in the end zone. Goes to the corner, and he's got a dude in the front right corner. Kept the ball in bounds. That's right. Where as they, I believe, they're probably surely they'll go for two, and that'll be the end of it. I doubt they have a. I doubt they're lining up for a kicker. Where are you gonna? What's your? How you grade this Tiger performance here in the spring game? There we go. That's right. Oh, look at that. Let's bump it up to a C average. Give it a C solid after that. That's we were talking about that earlier. We're going to get Aaron Dukes on the and pick his brain on the times that the Tigers have played Reebok. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That's true. Yeah, and I think both teams can walk away from the spring game having seen some positives from both sides of the ball and then seen plenty of negatives to work on. So really seems like a pleasant way to get a nice little taste into football. What's going on? Well, I don't want this to sound bad, but I watched a lot of them last year, a lot of them ball games. There wasn't a single time when somebody didn't look like they knew what they were supposed to be doing. Everybody had an assignment. The offense, especially, everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing. Loosely executed on occasion, but there seemed, without a doubt, football players that knew what they were supposed to be doing at all times. So, and I think that goes a long way. If you cleaned that up last year, just had guys that knew what they were supposed to be doing, you probably could have had a couple more wins in the win column. But that's what I saw tonight. I saw a team that looked extremely competent and looked like they knew what was going on. Doing all right, sir. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Here, here. Hey, you voted for me?
I'm doing awesome. Always great to come back home and see the Tigers play when I can, and obviously now having a nephew on the team that make it a whole lot easier. So it was great just coming back home and seeing all the purple and gold and seeing some familiar faces, some guys that I played with down there on the sideline. So always great to be back in Union County. Oh, I mean, I think it's going to be a very important summer. I mean, obviously, a very young team. They're going to have to come together. I was talking to Andrews, another Union County great. I think it's going to take a lot, with conditioning. A lot of guys going to have to play both ways. But I think this is a young nucleus team that can really get this thing back turned around. And I know with Coach Pruitt leading the helm, I know they will. Yeah, he will. They had something happen, but he'll definitely be back in the 28. So they had to put him in 29. But I mean, it's an honor to allow him to wear. He had calling next, could he do it? And That was obviously a no-brainer for me. And so he's a young man, and so just gonna continue to encourage him, continue to work his craft. Freshman got a lot of football ahead of him. And so, but it's good to see him out there on the sidelines. Crazy. That's only meaning one thing, that I'm getting old. Well, I'm up in age. I'm a little older now. But I'm still fast enough. I'm fast enough. I'm fast enough. And so, but I still try to get out there. I still try to do a good job taking care of myself by working out, eating right, and stuff like that. So I always, people to do that. It's nothing more important than taking care of your health. So I still try to do my part in taking care of myself. Yep. Yep. All right. I guess a gutty performance. Obviously you can tell that the leap that he's gonna take from year one to year two is gonna be tremendous. Obviously, up under Coach Pruitt leadership, that's gonna obviously help out a lot. And so it was good to see him. Obviously, you don't really want your quarterback going both ways, but obviously, yes, but especially with low numbers, you have to just put your best players on the field, and so you just have to be smart. Obviously, when he's out there on the field, especially when he's on that defensive side of the ball, and then obviously knowing how important he is, to the offensive side. So, but it was good to see him come out here and fly around and move around and make some plays, and his confidence can only grow. Like I say, for this whole team, it has to be a big summer. From the weight room to the conditioning to nutrition. It has to be huge, and hopefully tonight it was get them kind of some of that confidence going into the summer. Hmm. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Spring's over. You sit down and you kind of take some time to relax and rest and recovery, I guess you would say, and then you kind of just put your plan together because, like you say, it's totally different from when I was in high school. How quick the school starts back, and so you don't have such a long time to prepare, so you have to make every day count. Since I've been, I think I'm coming up on my 20 year. Yeah, 20 years, and I'm pretty sure I brought a lot of great memories on this field. And so, yeah, it's been 20 years. Yeah, only 20. Yeah, I know, right? So if that's 20 for me, I can only imagine what it's been for Charlotte Emerson. And so, but it's good. But that's what I'll tell these young men is just you got to make every day count. You can't have one day can't be wasted just because of the short term that you have. Uh, in today's football, it's totally different. I don't know, honestly. I had a good run, I would say, up under Coach Buddy Nobles. Uh, but you just never know. You get that question all the time, but I would think that it'll be pretty good. I played with some great players around me that helped, and then just my God given athletic ability. It would have been a let me see. They put up 21. I think I would have been walking off the bus with 21. Yeah, nah, but no, it would have been awesome. Those memories that you make out here on this field, those are the things that stay with you forever, and you just cling on to them. But it would have been great to be in that purple and gold one time. Really? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, thank- for Union County, to me, the biggest thing anytime you do a spring game, the biggest component is really just getting out healthy. Obviously, I want to say number 12. I'm not sure what his name is. I know he's a DB. He came out of the game banged up. I'm pretty sure he'll probably be one of their key guys. And so, but the biggest main point from that standpoint, I think they kind of came out the game healthy as possible, and that's what you really want coming out of a spring game is just get out healthy now we can kind of reassess and really get ready for this summer workouts that we need to make sure that we get ready for the season. And so, for me, I would give it just an A just from that standpoint. This is my first time watching them play live, and so from what I've seen, you can see a really gutsy team, a team that got some belief, team that's together just by watching tonight. And so they just got to keep those things going into the summer.
Well, Coach CJ Spinoff, appreciate you coming on for a few minutes apparently on a busy schedule. You got summer ball for you up there, Clemson. Don't want to hold you up, but we appreciate you coming on to the Teal Time Copperwell Post Game Show. Case, you got anything else you want to say? Well, we appreciate you coming on, CJ. My dream is finally fulfilled. It is great. An NFL legend, a college football legend, and a high school legend. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate what you do for the Purple and Gold.
Anytime. I mean, anytime I can come on and talk to you guys, especially with Case, not his other person,
I
And
got
so,
two wishes
yeah,
here
yeah.
before I let you go. I need some Clemson gear,
Clemson
and
gear.
I need to come to Death Valley. I got to touch House Rock.
We got Touch Towers Rock.
I got to touch. My place is overrated.
Yeah, I mean, if you,
Anything
yeah,
but
listen, trust me, if you really want to experience a true game, don't go like 30 minutes up the road to the swamp that's over there. All they good for is just concerts that they put on. You know what I mean? If you really want to experience the game, just come up to the real Death Valley, which is in Clemson, South Carolina. Just come there. You experience a great, fan experience.
Well, if I come on the Clemson, I need to see your office. I need to
You
yellow.
come on.
I need some orange and purple. I need
So
some.
in other words, I need to roll out the red carpet.
Well, the big host needs some kind of person. Say I'm a two-time state champion myself.
My apologies.
Ain't no
Yeah.
bragging. I was here for the Tiger State Championship last weekend. I was there with Hawthorne when they state champions. So I'm 3-0 technically in state
And
championships this calendar year. So
so this is the year. So this is the year of the championship run.
hey,
In other
listen.
words.
I'm just saying, if we go out here play clean football, everybody healthy, we get some guys in the portal, we get some inquiries ready to go. I mean, have you seen the team we play? They
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I've seen. I
They
mean,
promise not a cupcake.
it's coming.
So I think Pruitt will probably get one for the next 2 years, but I think this year we should make a decent run. I'll be saying how to play ball.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
My man, thank you, Caesar, for coming on. All jokes aside, man, it's a blessing to have you. Thank you for what you do for Purple and Gold. Thank you for what you did for the Purple and Gold, and what you're gonna do for Purple and Gold.
Oh yeah. Oh, no problem. Thank y'all. And
All right,
as
y'all.
always, go Tigers.
Thank y'all.